What do you guys know about the company YKK? I bet you've seen it. I bet you've seen that YKK on the back of a zipper, maybe. I thought that they had the zipper market cornered. I figured that they had all the zipper distribution of the planet, but apparently they only do about half. But the entire world, that's a lot of zippers, right? Like they seem to really be taking. They're producing a lot. Let's just say that, right? So I'm concerned maybe they're even spread it a little too thin. And I know that sounds crazy, but there was that big like boycott, right? Everybody tried to boycott Carhartt. I don't know what it was about. I wasn't paying close enough attention. I didn't see what the deal was, but everybody's trying to say, don't wear Carhartt, whatever it is. I wasn't going to participate in that. I've had a lot of durable clothes from Carhartt. I think typically the Carhartt brand is supposed to mean durability. I remember one time I was roofing in the winter time and I bought these Carhartt socks. I bought 2 pairs of Carhartt thermal socks. First time I tried to put them on, I was grabbing them from the back, so I didn't put them on like, say, a woman would put on a stocking or a tight or whatever the fuck they call those. I put them on like from the back. They completely tore in half. Both pairs. Both times I wore them, tore in half completely. Just right in the middle. Maybe socks just aren't their deal. But other than that, durability is typically really front and center when it comes to like Carhartt clothing, right? There's also this spider jacket that I've had. So there's like a spider jacket. They're mostly something you would see out on like the ski slope. A lot of times, like the people that are more involved or seem to be there a lot, they're like wearing helmets and stuff. They'll have like the basically looking like Under Armour, like skin tight stuff that says spider. That's the first place in most place I've seen it. But point being, these are like durable, high quality. Like that jacket was like $180. I actually was lucky enough to get it as a gift for one Christmas long ago. But here it is. Now the zipper's broken. So it kind of really defeats the whole jacket, or I just look like a jackass if I wear it. And so I started looking at this company. I'm like, what's going on with YKK? Are they spread too thin? Are they more focused on profits and not enough focused on just producing a high quality zipper? Because they clearly have. Again, I thought they did all the zippers, but they at least do half the zippers in the world. And that's a lot. That's a lot. You should be making enough profit. But I was like, maybe I should just look into them just for some odd reason, right? So I checked it out. This company YKK on September 19th in 2007, YKK was fined 150.3 million euros by the European Commission for running worldwide price-fixing cartels and sharing markets with zipper makers Prim and Coates. Coates of Britain and Prim of Germany were fined 122.4 million and 40.5 million euros respectively for their participation in cartel behavior. YKK lost its appeal to the General Court on June 27, 2012, and it then launched an appeal to the European Court of Justice on September 5, 2012. In October of 2014, part of the fine, so they had a section of the fine that was 19.25 million euros, and it was reduced to 2.79 million euros. And the annual income of this company is listed in yen, and the fines are listed in euros, and I typically use US dollars, so I'm not exactly sure how to connect all three of those, so I didn't do the homework there for you. But I just thought it was interesting that I happen to have these issues with low quality zippers, and then also this company happened to get fined for worldwide price fixing, but I didn't know what price fixing was. So I had to look it up. And the Federal Trade Commission, so according to the FTC, price fixing is an agreement, written, verbal, or inferred from conduct among competitors that lowers, raises, or stabilizes prices on competitive terms. When competitors agree to restrict competition, the result is often higher prices. Accordingly, price fixing is a major concern of the government antitrust enforcement. According to the FTC, a plain agreement among competitors to fix prices is almost always illegal, whether prices are fixed, at a minimum, at a maximum, or within some range. So I just thought it was interesting that I happen to be having this issue with what's supposed to be durable and high-quality clothes, and the zippers keep breaking. And then I find out that this company is in worldwide price-fixing cartels. And I just thought that was so interesting that You've probably seen it. It's probably on the back of every jacket, anything you have that has a zipper. I wore a hoodie today just in protest, but I got too hot, so I had to take it off. I actually had to change everything completely because I wouldn't wear this under a hoodie normally. It's too long on the bottom, right? So like this shirt that I'm wearing, it's longer on the bottom than the hoodie, and I just think that doesn't look right. I mean, people can tell me what they think about that, but I think the outermost layer has to be the longest layer, right? Like you can't have an undershirt that's longer than your overshirt or shirts that are longer than your jacket. It just looks stupid. I mean, you look like you're, I don't know, waterproofing. It's just you don't look right. So that's my opinion there. But I just thought it was crazy. Do you remember that carnival ride, the Zipper? No thanks, dude. I am not having that. That was, my sister wanted to go on that stuff, dude. I remember one time I puked on my sister's back leaving the carnival because she was getting out of a ride. I remember screaming on that ride. I remember going up and down and back and forth, and then every time I would come by close to the guy, I'd be literally screaming, telling him to stop. One of the most horrific memories I have of my entire life literally is going through the Zipper. But yeah, that's just something I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed with their rebound after this price fixing fiasco. And I also didn't know what the price fixing was, so it was interesting to learn that. But crazy that these three people would actually get caught, that they've literally been caught for three of the largest zipper makers, and they're price fixing. So whatever that means, whether it was a minimum or a maximum, or whether it was just in a range, obviously they were trying to maximize their profit. So it just goes to show that maybe my hunch and my theory of saying that they're lowering their quality and increasing their profits, well, now they have all these legal fees to pay in Europe, and so just for further, it's just kind of nice when you have like a hunch about something and you're like, something's going wrong here, and then you look it up and it's like, oh, as I see, very interesting. I'm not like starting to boycott or anything. I could. No, I'm not going to. I don't know why that whole, I shouldn't even say it, that whole Carhartt deal, I don't know what that was all about, but people were pretty up in arms about that deal. Another thing people were up in arms about was in the place I live, there was this like Colorado deputy, right? And she had an OnlyFans account. And so this other female officer had found it, and so they like turned her in. And my first thought is, of all the things that the cops are doing, this is where they think they need to clean up their act. They need to work on side hustles. Not like the murder of those that were promised due process, like not police brutality, not organized crime amongst law enforcement, but a sheriff's deputy that's trying to make a little money on the side. Shouldn't the fact that she can't make a living wage as a lieutenant at a detention center, shouldn't that be the issue that we're concerned about? Shouldn't the fact that she's even needing to make additional money on the side while she's working at a detention center be our concern? That she's working 60-hour weeks, they said, and she still needs money on the side, not the fact that she wants to do a side hustle? I don't know. I just think it's interesting. The punishment, $30,000. Here, take $30,000. You can't work 60-hour weeks anymore. You can take full time to work on your OnlyFans account. And here's $30,000 to do it. I just hope it's the push in the right direction that she needed. I hope that she gets successful. I hope her OnlyFans account goes well. I just think that's completely baloney. My first thought is like, that's not even a punishment. Like if you're getting, here's $30,000, which I don't know how much she got paid a year, but often it seems like a normal cop salary is like what, like between 30 and 50,000 anyway. She was a lieutenant at a detention center, so she may have had some sort of seniority and some sort of larger, salary and then severance package. But I just think the fact that she gets to work on it full time and now she's got some money to do it for a period of time. The worst part would be a future employer. So if a future employer not only had heard the story the first time, but if they decided to look her up and then they saw that would be the part that would obviously be devastating. So that's where I say I really hope that her account does well. I hope she's able to create the traffic that she needs to. But that was another thing that like people were up in arms about in Colorado, and I'm just thinking like, I guess aside from that, I don't think that's the biggest future, or I mean, I don't think that's the biggest punishment, aside from, you know, the concerns about the people that may see the story and then judge her for her future. But again, if she has to work 60-hour weeks at a detention center, and then not to mention she's doing OnlyFans on the side, you don't think that she's got a need for extra money? I've thought about doing OnlyFans, man. I know it's terrible. They say that men don't make that much, so they said that the majority of the traffic is obviously men. So unless you're getting like homosexual men, you're not going to get this type of traffic that say women are going to get, which is not as attractive, you know what I mean? Because the idea is that you might well, it's just like everything, right? It's like stigmatized. It's like an adult film. They look at it like it's, you know, you're doing something wrong. It's just you're making money just like everybody else is, and that's the way you found to do it. But people look at it in a negative way. So I don't know. I've just heard the majority of the men that are on it, the majority of the subscribers are men. I guess that's anything. I guess that's YouTube. They say 70% of the people on YouTube are men too. So it's like, I guess that's just it. I wonder why, but I don't know, maybe women just have a thing to do. I've tried that whole Dasher thing as a side hustle, right? So it's like people often get DoorDash, but I was just like, you know, to make extra money, like we do roofing in Colorado, and so sometimes there's like completely snowy days where like the roofs are covered in snow for days. So I was like, I could try to make some extra money doing that. And I mean, my point in saying that is like, you know, side hustles are fairly popular right now. Like I think lots of people are doing them. Like I had heard from my stylist that there's something called like Amazon Flex. So for instance, you can you drive in your own car and deliver for Amazon in your area if they have the need. I looked and they didn't have the need in my particular area, but like I would just have to drive over one town and I mean, that's not that far, you know, like 30 minutes if I wanted to do it. So it just, there's lots of opportunities for side hustles and extra money, which is kind of nice. Excuse me. But I just think it's funny that like there was things on there that I seemed kind of counterintuitive. Like you would get an order and they would have you deliver it and it'd be like for contactless delivery, and then it's like contact them and find out where they'd like their stuff delivered. And I'm like, this has got to be a test. Like, if I'm in my house and I order contactless delivery and they contact me, I'm going to shout. I'm going to yell out loud. I'm going to be like, you know what I mean? Just like, why in the world, when I ordered contactless delivery, would you contact me? But there's literally a step you have to check off. So for instance, I'm doing this just to try to make a little extra money. And I'm like, you know, okay, so I'll do the step. It says, have you contacted them to find out delivery instructions? And so I call the lady and she's like, clearly upset, like clearly not happy that I'm contacting her, clearly not happy that I've called, because she's like, ordered contactless delivery, and I've got that right in front of me, but it says call them and find out where they'd like you to leave their stuff. So the next time I did it for the different person, I was like, I'm about to put your stuff on your porch unless there's anywhere else you'd like me to take it. And then she actually later gave me a $10 tip, like increased my normal tip by like $10. So apparently that was a better approach. But whatever I did initially, now anytime I've ever done it, which I know is not right, but I'm not that concerned about it, because like the nice thing about having, I guess, multiple streams of income is I guess you don't have to get too hung up on one particular one. It takes a little bit of the pressure off, right? And then the idea, just like, don't remember what I was talking about anymore. Nope, lost it. No idea. Yeah. Oh, I just basically stopped. I was like, no, I'm not gonna do this. So I just check off the thing, and I know it's probably not the best thing for my possible future, but it's not the worst thing in the world. So I put the yep, I've checked them. I contacted them and I found out where they wanted me to leave it, because it just seems so crazy. I mean, honestly, me personally, on the other side, I'm getting delivery. I've ordered contactless delivery and then they contact me. It still happens. I mean, it happens to me consistently, but it is what it is. My thought is they just like I did it to somebody, and I was just like, well, I didn't want to leave it outside. You know what I mean? Because it was just like outside this commercial building, and they didn't want to just leave it on the ground. So I walked in and brought it into the lobby and set it on the desk. I mean, it's probably not that, you know, who knows? He could have ordered contactless delivery because he was sick and he didn't want me to come in there and get sick. You know what I mean? But I was just like, I can't just do that. I can't just leave it on the ground outside. That doesn't feel right. It's a commercial building. Like, they have an entrance, they have a reception desk. Like, I could at least leave it with the receptionist. I don't know, probably thinking way too hard about it. I just figure people probably think you're a total moron. They're like, I ordered contactless delivery and you're calling me. Why? You're contacting me. Sometimes I'm even concerned about, like, should I ring the doorbell? Do you contact, because that's, most people have the video thing anyway. So I normally just set it down, and when I'm done, I just smile and wave, and they probably can't even see that I'm smiling because I'm supposed to be wearing a mask. One time the other day, I forgot mine. Oh, it was ridiculous. I felt so terrible. I was like, oh no, I didn't have it. And again, it's like everybody has those doorbell cameras. So it's like, I smiled and waved, but it would have been probably better if I had my full uniform, so to speak, on, And so, I don't know. I just feel bad for that lady. I sure hope it works out for her. I hope that she's able to make that work. Yeah, it seems like for the people that are able to create successful content and they're able to continue to get people following them, I mean, it's a real good source of income. And if they can continue to do it, I think it's awesome that they're able to do so. But it seems like for all those people that are doing very successfully, there's also a lot of people that aren't doing as successfully. And it seems like some of the other social platforms don't allow you to say, post that as openly as maybe you did at one time. Or it seems like the folks that I see posting about it have to be a little more discreet in the way that they connect the two, at least. And I don't know, maybe that's just my observation. I could be right or wrong. But yeah, I just wonder, I mean, anybody else had any, good, wow, that was really, really, really loud truck. Anybody else have any good, basically experiences with side hustles, just where it did work out or it didn't? Because like that lady, I shouldn't say that lady, my stylist had mentioned that she has a gal that was a registered nurse, and so she quit doing the registered nurse job just to full-time do that Amazon Flex thing to deliver the packages. And she said she's making more money and working less, which is crazy. I mean, granted, registered nurses work a lot, but the nice thing would be you're not like in a hospital all day. You're just like in your own car listening to your own music. So point being, I just didn't know if anybody else had any good experience with side hustles in the sense that they've actually been fairly lucrative, or you were able to make a good amount of money in a small amount of time. I would say on average it's like $25 an hour, right? So it's like if you go put in 4 hours real quick on a weekend, you can normally make almost $100, right? I mean, so it's not the worst thing ever. But if you're, I don't know, have like a, vitamin budget or whatever for the month of $100, and then you can go make $100 in an afternoon on your spare time for, it's kind of nice to have that extra money. I know it's silly, but it's like $100. But anyway, just curious if anybody else has been taking advantage of the side hustles that are available to us now, as long as we have a phone. That's another thing. I was like, man, it just seems like as long as you can keep your phone in your car, you have so many opportunities available to you. Just have to take advantage of it. But there are some downsides about it too. Like I'm not smart about it, and I still haven't figured it out. I've seen all those YouTube videos of the guys that are like, this is how they cherry pick basically, where they only take the good high dollar orders. But then you see all those other people too that are talking about like where they call it tip baiting or whatever. So they give like, looks like it's going to be a really high dollar tip, and then they take it away because that was just to get you to do it really fast. But point being, I'm not smart enough to know how to do any of that. I haven't done it enough. So I just accept everyone. So like sometimes I'll get ones that don't have any tip at all, and I just don't realize that until I get there, which is fine because I don't know how to. There's some way you can check all the details of it before you accept it, but it was just like a certain amount of seconds. I think it gives you like between 60 and 90 seconds to accept it. So I'm just like, yeah, I'm going to do it. Like, I mean, what am I'm coming here to work for 4 hours. Like, yeah, I think I can handle whatever it is you throw at me. But people are kind of funny. Like, right. Like one time I remember I had this like 25 minute drive. So this guy apparently, and then I get there and this guy's got this sob story, and he's like, yeah, I've been going back and forth with the pizza people. I've been going back and forth with the DoorDash people. And he's like, they told me I'm not allowed allowed to order if I don't tip. He said that's not right. And so, anyway, point being, not only is he not tipping, he's making me stand there forever. And it's like already been 25 minutes that I had to drive there, and I think I got like $2 for it, which is kind of funny. So sometimes it can work out negatively, I guess. Sometimes it can work out where you're like, okay, that wasn't the most, but that's why I guess why people do the cherry picking. But I think it all evens out pretty good. That's what I mean. It's like those are the times where you end up getting like $20 an hour. And granted, you got to pay tax on that, but you have to pay tax on everything. So it's like, I don't know. I guess point being, just curious. Anybody else had a good side hustle or any crazy things? Like I never really done service in that sense. Like all the other jobs that I've had in the service industry, I had a base pay. Like I had or if I didn't, I had some sort of income from the work at the job. You know what I mean? It wasn't like I was ever just, why am I talking about that? Don't know why I'm talking about that. Don't know why I'm talking about I think it was because I started talking about my pay, and then I'm like, that's weird. You shouldn't do that. That's weird. People don't do that. People don't talk about pay. You know what I mean? Like that's uncomfortable. Why? Where are you going with that? And then I totally lost my train of thought. I don't remember what I was talking about. I should have snorted a line of Alpha Brain before I did this. I should have laid out a fucking line on its Alpha Brain and just, sucked it up with my beak here. But no clue. Yeah, I don't have it. Yeah. Oh, you know what it was? It was people tipping. It was people just being terrible tippers. Yeah. That is the thing. So like most of my jobs, I never had to deal with people that weren't able to tip, or that they weren't had any need to. Like in the hotel business, we always had like a base pay, right? So like when people would do it, it was just like, oh, cool, man. Like I'm already getting paid, and you're gonna pay me for bringing your bags up, or like I'm already getting paid, and you're gonna pay me for whatever it is, bringing you something upstairs, like whatever it is. It's just nice to have that little extra thing. Whereas now, if they give you like $2 for your delivery and then you don't get a tip, it's like the whole thing is really the tip. So it's kind of funny, but people will like do weird stuff, like, right? Cause I've never been in that situation, but like that guy, he even tried to like get me to justify it. Like he kept trying to nudge me to say that it didn't take too much of my time, and that it wasn't too much trouble. And I just thought that was so interesting. Like, he's clearly getting me to try to justify the fact that he's not tipping. It's like, it's tough. Cause like you want to say, I'm not going to tell you you're reprehensible. I'm not going to tell you that I think you're a lowlife. I'm not going to tell you that asking somebody to bring you food to your door and then not tipping the individual that brought you money. I'm not going to tell you that that's bad, but that's bad. The idea is just like I make the most on these little side times with the most time I have. So standing for the third 25 minutes I already spent driving over here, and the few minutes I've already spent talking to you, totaling 30 minutes, that's enough of my time. I don't want to continue ticking up minutes and just continuing to add up minutes as we sit here and learn more about your reasoning of why you're not giving me money. Is like my time is money right now in this little side hustle situation. So I don't know how I got all that connected. I was trying to think back to the OnlyFans lady, which still I think is a cool idea. I just apparently it's all men, so it's like not, you don't get the traffic that like say a woman could if she's attractive and able to do that. It's unfortunate that lady got the lady officer as traffic though. That's baloney, man. Yeah. I will be right back. I'm back. You know what I was thinking about? I feel like every parent, or at least me, maybe not all parents, maybe not all people, but me for sure, have a limit of like how much poop they can handle in their lifetime. And I think I've hit my limit. I just think that I've met the amount that I can deal with. As an example, my son's almost 8. So I did hundreds So many diapers. He was with me. I actually watched him for the first 9 months of his life every day. So like there was a period of time I worked at night, but still watched him during the day. So like for the first 9 months he was alive, I did a lot of diapers. So for all this time, for all these 8 years, I've dealt with shit. I deal with him farting. He farts in the car. He farts at the store. He farts at the dinner table. He just says he can't hold it in. I was like, dude, I still remember the fart kid. Like I still remember from my elementary school who the fart kid was. It's like, you don't want to be the fart kid. You don't want to be the one that they remember. You got to hold that shit in. It's like, I'm more prone to hold it in. Maybe that's why my stomach's so fucked up. Maybe that's why I have GI problems. Yeah, I'm sure it's years of holding it in and not the years of drug and alcohol abuse. I'm certain it's probably that. Okay, so yeah, probably not so much the years of holding it in, but my point is you just got to. Then he comes home and it's just like I either have to, it is still at this point you're still just making sure, like I just feel like if I make sure that everything's all wiped properly, then it just seems like we're better off. It just seems like laundry's better and things like that. And so I just been trying to tell him, like, I gotta have you do it, man. I gotta have you take care of it. I'm like, it has to be taken care of before it gets to the laundry. I can't notice it, and I know it's just so crazy because he's just a kid. I think sometimes I forget he's a kid. He acts so darn grown. I'm used to being around grown people all the time. He acts like he's such a grown person. Sometimes it just takes one thing. It takes him saying one thing, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, you're 7 years old. My goodness. Like I do forget. I think sometimes I forget that he's not, he's still learning, and it's my job to teach him. But I just think I've hit my limit. I can't handle it anymore. I hate going in the bathroom after. It just, I guess I've heard it described where there's like a period of time where your child changes, into a different, like matures into a different thing. But he's got old man shits now, dude. They're bad. I can't handle it. I just don't like it. I don't like the smell in the house. I get mad when he even, I know I said it, farts, but it's just not for me. I don't know what people do. Do you just hit a limit? Doesn't every person? Don't eventually you just, like, after you've wiped so many poopy diapers and you've wiped so many butts and you've just, after so many years, don't you get to a point, and maybe I'll have a second wind. Maybe I'll get a second wind of wanting to play with, but I just think for now, I'm over it. I've had my fill. I've had enough. I've had enough poop. I've had enough poop for my lifetime. I don't need any more. I'm certain of it. I figured that out. And again, maybe somewhere down the road, I'll be like, I want to have a second coming with poop. But at this point, man, I think I've just had enough. I think I'm over it. I think I'm just good on that. I remember one train ride, probably one of the only times that I can actually recall that I was like, I'm not going to follow this rule, because I was in a train forever and I couldn't move and I couldn't do anything. And I was like, I farted more times than any human ever should ever, let alone while they're in public. That's probably the one time that I can think that I really, really, didn't follow that rule. But I was just like, this train ride's too long. I didn't even think there was a bathroom on it. If there was, I didn't want to see it. I didn't want to find it. It wasn't the type of place that we wanted to find one. But I just know I'm done with that. Dude, I'm so bad. I just feel like it's so degrading, and maybe it's supposed to help to humble me, and it's supposed to help me be a better person. But even just like the poops clog the toilet, right? So then it's just like I can't even just be done with them. I can't even just have it when it happens. If I have to check and if I have to make sure that he's done a good job, that can't just be the end of it. After that, then the toilet gets clogged, and then I'm fighting with a plunger to try to get it down, and it's just like I've had enough. I'm over it. I can't do it anymore. I've had my fill. I think that everybody, I feel like every person, aside from their own, which is just required and it happens, but probably just gets to a point where they're like, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to mess with, like even if you never had kids and say you had like a CNA job or like we were talking earlier about that lady that was an RN. I imagine there's certain times, certain experiences where an RN, depending on the age of their patient, may have to wipe somebody's ass. And my thought in saying that is there's got to get to a point where you're just like, I'm not wiping ass anymore. I'm just not doing it. I'm done with the poop. I don't want to smell anybody else's poop. I'm fucking done with it. And I just think people get to that point, and I am to that point. And I wonder, because that's what I originally, like I said, I thought it was like a parent thing. But there's where you don't even have to be a parent, and you can run into, you're just like, no, I'm done with this. I wonder if anybody else has got a good story when you just said, like, this is my rock bottom. This is my log bottom. This is the bottom for me. I'm not doing it anymore. That's how I feel. Every time I have to do it, it's like I said, it's so degrading. It's hard for me to keep my posture. I literally want to sink down and just, turn into a witch that just saw the sun. It's a bad analogy, but I just want to melt. It's awful. It makes me I have to like literally focus to keep my posture because it bothers me so much, and I just want to just like be defeated. Yeah, can't do it. Can't do poop anymore. I don't know. I try to stop like breathing through my nose, but then you just taste it in your mouth. Like, how is that better? Like I go into the bathroom and it's like I try to, okay, well, I won't smell it, right? But now I taste it. Now I can taste. That's better somehow. I can't do it. I just can't. It's not for me. I can't do it anymore. I'm done. I'm done with the poop. That's all I know. That's all I know for now. It didn't seem like a big deal at first because I was just like, I have a one-off dream. And so I didn't think too much about it. I thought about writing it down, but I was like, nah, that's weird. And then I had another dream, right? And I was like, okay, that's different person, right? So like the first time, and I guess when they're like famous, it doesn't really matter so much, right? Or it's funny, you hear famous people talk about that. They're like they think that you're not real, so I guess it's like it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, but I'm not saying that it's not that they're not real and that they don't deserve respect, and that certain people like that. My point in saying it is, the first dream was about Cassie David. So it was like Larry David's daughter. And I just thought that was really weird. And again, I was like, I'm not going to write it down because it's just a dream. Like, it's not anything to think about. But then like I had a dream about an adult film star. I had a dream about that. What was her like MILF of the Year lady? Alexis Fox. And then I had a dream about this girl I went to school with. So I had a dream about a girl that I went to elementary, middle, and high school with. And it's just like, what in the world? Like, it was just so weird. It was like night after night after night here recently. It was every night having dreams about a different girl. And I just thought that was the weirdest thing, in the sense that, like, again, at first you're like, okay, probably not anything I need to think about. But then after it's night after night after night, it's some different type of dream. I probably need to start looking it up. You know what I mean? Like, what does it mean? But it's nothing. It's like, what was that old Mitch Hedberg joke when he's like, you build a go-kart with your ex-landlord? It's like, they're just random people, but it's just so funny how your mind chooses these certain people to bring into your life. And then, especially after it happens over and over again, and you're like, what do all these people have in common? What is they were all brunettes, I guess, is the only thing I can think. You know what's funny? Why do people like paint themselves yourself into a corner with that? Like, right? Like, okay, maybe that was one common denominator that all these people that I recently had a string of dreams of was that they were all brunette people. But like, why do certain guys be like, or even girls, or like certain people, they'll just be like, I only date brunettes, or I only date blondes. I just can't, or they'll even try to exclude one, right? They'll try to be like, I don't date blondes, or like, I don't date, any guy that's a redhead, or like whatever it is. And it's just like, I can't imagine one painting myself into a corner. So being like, ooh, I only brunettes only, like that's the only thing I can handle. Or like I had a friend, for instance, when I was growing up, and he was like only blondes, and it just seems like, or even what if the woman, some people change their hair color like consistently, like month after month after month. So what does that mean? Like at the range of June to August, you're okay with them, but from August to December, you're like completely but it's like the same person. Just doesn't make sense. I just don't understand how people do that. That's really the only common denominator I could see with those 3 dreams, was that everybody was a brunette. I guess 2 people being famous. Maybe the other person's famous. I haven't looked her up. I don't know what she's doing. She was fairly progressive last time I heard what she was doing, but that doesn't matter. You should smash your water bottle with your hand. Can you bring the water bottle right up next to the mic and just smash it with your hand? That'd be sick, dude. You should do that for us. No, I should probably allow myself to dream more often. I think I allow myself to daydream too much. I think sometimes I allow myself to like fantasize a little more often than I should. Does anybody else do that? Do you ever feel like you're not fantasizing often enough, or maybe you are too often? I know a couple times ago I was talking about how I got to be more present, and I think that's still true. I think that's always true. I got to be more present, but sometimes that's why I say I might be just daydreaming a little too much. I might be just having my head in the clouds a little too much. But dude, I fantasize about the stupidest things. Like I'll look at a photo, and I just seems like I could just fantasize and just daydream for forever, just for the longest period of time. Or like you think about a memory, and you could just daydream, or you think about your future, and I could just fantasize and fantasize, and it's so weird. It's just like, I even have like where I'll just think about like one thought. Like for instance, trying to figure out those dreams, when I'm trying to figure out like, what does this mean? What is this? And then I can allow myself to fantasize like, well, what if it meant this? And then what if that meant this? And then what if that meant this? And then what if that, just the craziest thing. Cause it's like, one, the first thing's probably not even true, but then you're just going down this like crazy long rabbit hole of like, what if, and it's so, I don't know, it's almost like no, it's not like, my thought is it's when in like the end game, or like there's a certain Marvel movies where that guy, why can't I think of his name? Oh, I'd feel so stupid. He's the guy with the green stone. God, I feel so stupid. I can't think of who I'm talking about. Doctor Strange? Is it Doctor Strange? No, it's not. Why can't I think of who that guy is? But anyway, he's like thinking out the future possibilities. He's like thinking out all the ways things are going to go. And now I don't remember why I'm talking about that, because I don't know. Oh yeah, I'll just like do that randomly. Like about the silliest things. And it's just like, I wonder if that's good. I wonder if daydreaming, fantasizing, I wonder if thinking about those type of things is like, if it's healthy for you, or if it's literally just like, the more you could just be in the moment, and the fact that all we have is this moment, all we have is right now. All we have is this right here, if that's the more important part, rather than just being lost, or if you have to find some sort of balance in between the two. I mean, I know it's like, obviously people say you can't be present all the time because you're going to drift off one time or another, but sometimes I just will, I don't know, like my son will catch me, right? He'll be like, what are you thinking about? Because apparently I'm just like staring off in space, you know what I mean? Just like completely, yeah, just kind of, I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. I knocked everything off the desk. There's like that meme where it's not nearly that bad, but the whole house blows up. He sneezes and the entire back of the house blows up. They're like when normal people sneeze, and then it's like when a dad sneezes, when an older man sneezes, and the entire side of the house blows off. That's the only part of the meme I've seen. Meme. It is meme, right? I used to say mame. Because I'd never heard anybody say it, right? It was like the Ari, like awry, like the word awry. It's like Ari. I'd never heard anybody say it. So like I always thought meme was mame. I would say mame instead of meme because I didn't know. I'd never heard anybody say it. And then like I'd say it in front of people and they'd be like, "What'd you just say? Just say mame?" But I don't know how you're supposed to, pronounce it. Some of those things, if you've never heard it said before, if you've only heard it written, or if you've only seen it written, excuse me. Yeah, sometimes I just forget my son's a kid. I don't know. He's not doing any of the bad things I was doing when I was a kid. Man, I drove by this bench the other day. I drove by a bench outside of a Walgreens, and it made me think. There was this period of time where me and my friends, we would literally, I mean, I guess all the details aren't important, but basically we would go up to a different town and then we would just basically we would call this guy, and one of the group in the friends or like a couple of the people in the group of friends would go with this guy and get like a whole bunch of cocaine. And I don't do drugs anymore and I haven't in a really long time, but he would go and get a bunch of cocaine, right? And so then I was driving by this bench and I remember there was times I would just have to fucking sit on this bench for hours and hours and hours. And I shouldn't say have to, because I chose to drive to a different town with my friends. I chose to get dropped off on the bench because the idea was the guy didn't always want a whole bunch of people coming to meet with him. He didn't always want like a whole group of guys. And at this time I was the odd one out. I was the one that they were like, we can't bring you, you know what I mean? Like you can't come in. And so I remember I sat on this bench and it was just like the longest, and just so funny to drive by it. And now it's just, like a bench outside of a Walgreens. But I just remember sitting there for like a whole day. And of course, everybody that walked by me thought I was homeless. Like everybody that looked at me thought I was just a total piece of shit. And it's probably because at the time when I was doing drugs, I probably looked terrible anyway. And you're like, dude, you look terrible right now. And I know I need more rest on a constant basis. I know I could always use some more sleep and less eye bags, but that just seems to be a family thing. It seems like all the pictures I see of the people in my family, we just have eye bags. We're just lucky like that, I guess. I don't know what it is, but for some reason we just seem to have that. But yeah, I think about these things that I was doing when I was a kid and just oh, what a dumb choice. You know what I mean? Just wasting entire days. And it's now it's so funny. I literally, when I was doing that side hustle thing, I was thinking about times like that too, where it's just we would literally be waiting for hours to waste our money. So you know what I mean? Say there was a side hustle type gig at that time, dude, I would have been in so much trouble. Cause they're like, dude, you're just going to sit on this bench for the next 4 to 5 hours while we go meet with a guy, but really we're going to have to hang out with him. And really it's going to be an extremely long time. And you're basically going to sit on this bench for an entire day. You know what I mean? I could go make an extra $100 or whatever, which is probably way more than I gave those guys anyway, as I was sitting waiting on the bench for my take or whatever it was. It's just so funny to think in the days of this now, that with the side hustles and the availability, if you were literally waiting on, I'm not recommending anybody do that, but it just seemed like back then you were always waiting on your deal or waiting on your dealer or something like that. It's just you're literally waiting to waste your money. You're literally waiting to give them your money, give them your sanity, or I guess get your sanity depending on how long it's been since you've seen them. But I don't know. Crazy. Just crazy to think that now, you know what I mean? You could just take your phone, and if they take 4 or 5 hours to get with you, you could go make another $100 while you wait, if that's how you're spending your time. But of course that's been a long time ago, before I had kids and before I had somebody else to look after and somebody else's life I was responsible for. And so I wouldn't be doing anything like that now, but certainly just crazy memories, crazy to pass that and then think how many years ago and what space I was at in my life and what would have brought me to that bench, and just to drive by it now. Now it's just a bench. I'll be right back. I'm back. You know what's something I was thinking about? You know how people will get super up in arms if you decide that for instance you're going to date somebody that they've ever dated, if they've taken them out and then they've spent time with them and then it didn't work out and then you decide to take them out, they get up in arms in the sense that you're not supposed to do that. It's bro code or guy code. But then it seems honestly, anytime I've ever seen a guy on the other side of that, if they're in the position to take the date and it was your, you know what I mean? They're gonna do it. So I guess the idea is, it's easy to say, and it's the thing you want on the side of the losing side, but then it's like when you're on the other side, you're like, I'm not gonna follow that rule. That's stupid. If something can happen here, my mom told me one time that she had friends that they had literally started hanging out like at the death of their friend, and then that's how they got married. Like one of their friends died, and that was the only thing that made them start hanging out, and then they ended up getting married and spending like forever together. It's funny, I think their kid, actually, my grandma babysat their kid for a period of time. She hated me. Maybe not. For sometimes, I think we got along sometimes, and sometimes we didn't, but she would get mad at me. I remember one time there was this time she was like telling me to push her on the tire swing, and I was like, I don't have to. I'm not going to do that. Like, that's crazy. It's funny, I try to tell Breck that. I don't know if it's a good idea or if it's not a good idea, but I'm like, realistically, you don't have to do anything that anybody tells you. You know what I mean? Because it's like, at the end of the day, if you do something that somebody tells you to, you can't be like, because you can't blame it on other people. So I was like, you just have to realize that, like, you always have the choice. And he was like, well, except you or mommy. And I was like, that's sweet of you. You're right. And you're correct. You have to listen to us. But it's not, I was like, you even have the choice to not listen to us. I was like, will there be consequences? Yeah. But do you have the choice to not listen to us? I was like, absolutely. So it's like you technically don't even have to pay attention to us. But what was making me talk about that? Don't know. Oh, I was talking about how, so like people they have like these rules where like you're not supposed to. And I was just wondering, what's the I guess, what do they call it? The status quo? What is I can't think of the right word, but the word, like, what do people do is the idea. Like, are you, because I think anything goes. I think the truth is anything goes. I think everybody can pretend that there's like gentleman rules and that there's like these things that you're supposed to follow, but I think the truth is anything goes. You know what I mean? Like if somebody else has dated somebody in the past and then you decide to spend some time with them and date them, because it's like, it's not like it's going to work out between you either necessarily, but, I don't know. I'd just be curious to see what most people do about that. Like, do they have rules or care or anything like that? I think it's like how it goes. I think that's just like, isn't that just like how it works out? You know what I mean? Like, I remember there was girls that dated like me and most of my friends, or like I remember there was girls that dated multiple of my friends. Like they would, date from one to the other to the next, and it just seems like that's like how it is. Like I don't know. I remember my mom telling me stories about like how, they would just like have, there were certain girls that just dated like a whole group of guy friends. You know what I mean? It just seems like I don't know. Kind of seems like that's how it goes. But I guess if you tried to pretend like there was some code, you're probably just going to be the one left out. Really, you're going to be the one that's like following some unwritten code that nobody's actually following. But I'd just be curious to see what other people think about that. Curious to see if there's like some rule that you think is necessary to follow, or some code again that like you think is, because it's like, in theory, in if you're sitting with your boys, smoking cigars and just doing what guys do, I guess. I can't do it anymore. I liked him when I was younger. I really enjoyed him when I was younger. But it's the smell mostly for me. Like I don't mean to sound like a bitch, but I just have like super sensitive nose, and it's just like the smell of cigars can really get overwhelming fast. It's just such a strong smell. And I mean, I'm literally getting a headache thinking about it. I don't mean to be a bitch, but I was just thinking about, I don't know, that's what they did on the Titanic, right? The guys would all sit and drink brandy and smoke cigars. So whatever guys do. Don't know why I'm talking about that. That makes a lot of sense. That's good. Good thing I was doing that. Dude, I have fat finger problems. Does anybody else have that? Do you guys have issues where you like have to deal with the consequences of your fat fingers? I've noticed like here recently, if I'll try to be like typing something really fast on my phone, like I'm trying to put something together really fast, like I on an iPhone, right, I'll click the 1, 2, 3, I'm trying to click the 1, 2, 3, right, to pull up like the punctuation and the, other things that are on there. And then on accident, I'll pull up the emojis, and then like, so I'll push real fast, like wherever, the period is or the exclamation point is, but really there's a steak on the screen. So then I just click like fucking steak emoji, and it doesn't make any sense to what I'm saying. And I was just curious if anybody else has had to deal with the consequences of their fat fingers, because I consistently it just seems like my fingers will just, I'll give up sometimes. I'll literally be doing a text and it'll mess up so many times that I'm like, I'm not going to do it. It's not worth my time. I'm done now. I was like, it's fucked up so many times. I just give up. Or sometimes I'll go, and then I'll even try to do it like on voice to text, like where you're speaking into it, and then I'll try to do it like too early, so like before it starts, and then it gets like half of what I'm saying. Or like I'll be talking about a bid and it writes bed, and then I'm just like, I might as well have just written this anyway. I'm going back and editing and changing the entire thing anyway, so it's like, I don't know, it just seems like my fat fingers ever seem to put me in the right place. They just seem to keep leading me in the wrong direction, especially like I said, if it's like one of those emojis that's not relevant or maybe even appropriate, or just could like give the wrong idea. Like, I don't know, I'm texting some gal and then I fucking put a meat emoji on the screen. It's like, definitely. And then how do you explain that? Like, how do you say that you weren't trying to set some crazy, subliminal message, or like try to say something, some innuendo, but nope, just scat fat fingers accidentally pushed the steak button or the meat button instead of the period button. But I guess that's what I get for trying to. I had a friend one time that he would just they were almost illegible. His texts were almost like you knew what they were, because if you sounded out the words that he put on there, it was like, oh, okay, that's what this is. But he did not make any effort to make it punctualized or make the capitals correct or make the words in the right sentence. I know some people that are so anal about that. They're like, it has to be perfect. It has to be punctuation in the end, capitalization in the beginning. Like, dude, I can't even, give me a break. There's no way that my texts are going to be high enough quality for that. I don't think so. I think it's just, I try to keep them fairly good. But I even heard that like email was supposed to be like a very informal form of conversation, where like people try to take that and, like, of course your signature line is way too goddamn much almost all the time. But then on top of that, you have your just super long, ridiculous, detailed emails where it's like they were literally, I think, supposed to be designed originally for like very shorthand, like easy communication. You know what I mean? Not necessarily like full punctuation and stuff like that. And it's odd. It's like one of the people that my grandpa, I think, is one of the only people that follows that. Like he'll put, very not full listed out, like say sentences all the time and stuff. But it's like, I think that's what it's designed for. You know what I mean? You're supposed to be able to like do it faster. It's supposed to be more convenient. But I don't know. That's just, I think I read that somewhere. I should probably pull it up. That would probably be the smart thing to do. I still think it's funny that the cops, of all the things that they've chose to attack, of all the things that they're concerned about within their force, that the one thing is the OnlyFans, the side hustle. Yeah, that's what's gonna stain your reputation. That's what's gonna give you a bad view from the outside. Like, it's just so silly. Some of the things. Yep, I know we're running kind of short today, guys, but I think that's almost everything that we had. I was trying to think if there was anything else. I don't want to keep you on for dead air. So I'll run to the restroom and then I'll come right back with you. All right, I'm back. I don't really have anything else to talk about. It's going to be a fairly short episode today, but that's okay. The other thing I saw, there was this story where in Florida, I guess they were using apps, so like social media apps like Grindr, and they were selling meth on it, which is absolutely insane. I mean, I guess it's not. I guess people will resort to anything, and if you can find it conveniently, they're going to do it. And that seems to have spread all across, I was going to say the United States, but realistically the world, and infected every poor place that there is that exists, and probably even some wealthy ones. But they had found I think they busted like a sting operation of like 60 people that they busted that were selling like drugs and methamphetamines on social media, which is just absolutely crazy. I mean, I guess if it's working, I would never trust that. I mean, I'm just so skeptical. I would never, if I was on an app especially, I'd be like, oh, this is a cop. I'd be like, there's no way. You know what I mean? I'm not going to go meet with some idiot that I've never met before that I just saw on an app. It literally says like swipe left for meth. Like, that's fucking insane. I would never trust that. I'd be like, oh, this is clearly police, like that. But I don't know. Maybe that's just why I stay away from them. Probably just the best thing to do. But yeah, I don't have anything too exciting. You guys should like, subscribe the video, or subscribe to my channel, like the video. Tune in next week. Tune back in. We'll have another episode coming out for you. More exciting stuff to talk about. Anything else that I can think of in between now and then, I will try to maybe make a note of, so that way I don't have this moment where I'm wondering if there's anything else I wanted to cover. I don't think so, though. I really appreciate you guys tuning in. Always great to chat with you, and look forward to seeing your comments, and I hope that you like the video. Subscribe to my channel, and tune in again next week. Thanks, guys. Love you. Bye-bye.